Hello, Lieutenant Jones, Utah County Sheriff's Office here. Here with Spencer Cannon, also from the Utah County Sheriff's Office. He's a sergeant, by the way. Say hello, Spencer.
Hello, Spencer.
Hello, Spencer. So a couple things I want to talk about today, Spencer, but the one I want to start out with is this. Why did you decide to do this for a living?
Why did we decide to do what?
Why did you decide to do this for a living?
For a living, because I like helping people. And some people that we help don't always look at it as helpful, but I do.
So you didn't get in it to be praised?
No, far from that.
No. You didn't get in it for the money?
Oh, certainly not that.
So
I mean, it's a decent living, but I'm never going to be independently wealthy as a cop.
okay, because if you did, you're in a lot of trouble. You chose poorly. It is what it is. A couple of things I want to talk about today, and the first one of which is accepting that, and how we can go about accepting the fact that, you know what, there's people out there that portray that we're bad, and I believe it's a loud minority, and furthermore, I didn't get in it for the praise. I really didn't. And how I do that, the first step for me is gratitude. And my gratitude practice, which I do a lot of, has put me in a position where I understand I look at the world different. You know, when you look at the world different, then it changes everything.
So let me ask you this. Does it help to find things about which to express gratitude when things aren't going so well?
You should find something to express gratitude for every day. I actually do a gratitude list. I do a gratitude journal, 5 things every day that I'm grateful for, and I focus on that, and I believe it's changed the way my brain works for the most part. So I'm going to ask you, Spencer, to give me 5 things that you're grateful for.
My life, my family, and I'll leave that in the broad sense of family with my wife and my children and my grandchildren and my extended family. I'm grateful to have a good job. I'm grateful to have good health. That's 4, right? I'm grateful to live in a free country.
Okay. And just making that list kind of changes the way you look at things. But I'll have to tell you, one of the things that I'm most grateful for, which is kind of funny, is pain. I'm grateful for pain. I'm grateful for suffering because I've been there. And now I have a reference. And how does this relate to law enforcement? Well, one of the things that people get this idea that we're out there just trying to find people and make their days worse. And I just don't believe that's the case. Matter of fact, I know it's not.
I don't buy that for a second.
And one of the things that's happened, especially when I've been working close with Sheriff Smith, is that I think that we're pushing more to have more empathy. And to me, empathy is probably one of the keys to doing this job effectively. So, what does empathy mean to you, Spencer?
Empathy means to me trying to put myself in another's position and caring with them about whatever's going on in their life.
Okay. So I have to tell you, for me, and I like that because it's not about sympathy, because I don't know exactly how you feel, but I like to try to figure out what you may feel like, or what the person that I'm dealing with might feel like. But for me, it boils down to one thing. A very simple way to put this is, don't be a person that adds a rock to somebody else's pocket, because you don't know where they are. You don't know where they are. They're maybe drowning, and you might be that rock that takes them to the bottom. And this is one of these things that I just kind of thought about this week. I don't want to take the rock and put it in my pocket, and that's what happens to law enforcement a lot of the times. We take people's problems and we make them our own. But I certainly don't want to add to theirs. So I'm going to lighten their load one rock at a time, and I do that through love. And I don't care what anybody believes. I police with love. I do my job with love, and I practice that on a regular basis. And that's important, and it's really important. And we've done that through the Arbinger Institute, because we are facilitators. We facilitate the Arbinger Institute program at the Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff himself is involved. And that's basically treating people like people. And I know Spencer treats people like people. I know that I do. And I think that that's the way we're going to combat this idea that we're bad people and trying to hurt people is just not the case.
No, I completely agree. I just did an interview today with a woman that I arrested back in 2008. She's my next door neighbor now, and she's been clean for 10 years. Back in 2008, I had no idea that we would become close friends or that we would be next door neighbors when I moved in there. But it was incredible that at the time, I remember when I arrested her, she had a couple of warrants and she had some tobacco and she was underage and a suspended driver's license, and I impounded her car. But I remember at the time thinking that there was something more going on there and wanting to help, but at that time I didn't know how to do that. She ended up getting herself out of trouble with help from a lot of people and a 12-step program. But that's just one example of a situation where we interact with somebody in a situation, and yeah, there's actions that we have to take, but it's done out of caring about helping them make their life situation better.
I think you'll find that there's people that we deal with on a regular basis that we're sometimes the first people that treat them with kindness. I know that happens in our jail. I've seen it happen. It definitely happens in our programs here, that it's the first time that we've interacted, interacted with police that have been in that manner. And I don't know where else they've interacted, but for us, it's really, really important. For the Sheriff Smith, it's super important. And I just want to leave it with that. We are doing the best we can with what we have, and it kind of goes back to that saying, we do the best we can until we know better than do better. And matter of fact, that sign's here in my office. But that's all we ask, is we're not looking for praise, and it is what it is. And we didn't get in this job because we wanted to get all the praise and have people look at us and think we're wonderful. We got in this job because we felt like it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
One quick thing, Spencer Cannon?
Ah.
What is that?
It looks vaguely like a cannon.
So, this is a cannon?
That is a replica, at least, of a cannon, if not an actual cannon.
I don't think it's an actual cannon, but what I'm going to say is this is a cannon, Spencer.
Yes, it is.
Not a Spencer Cannon. I'm so funny, sometimes it's painful. Don't do bad things, always do good things.